anyways, so I am going to give you guys 5 tips on how to increase your bench press. So for me, I started off with when I first started lifting, I could not lift off the bar. I needed a spot on a 45 bar. That was when I was around 14 years old. And my goal after that was to just increase my bench press. So basically, when you first hit 225, it feels amazing. It's like the best feeling ever. And whoever hit 225, they know what I'm talking about. Now, once you reach 225, you can get up to 275 fairly easy, but then from 275 to 315, it's a bit tough. So here are 5 tips on how to increase your bench press. Tip number 1, make sure you're in a caloric surplus. The reason being is, when you're in a caloric surplus, you have a lot of energy, and basically you're on a mini bulk or a bulk, depends how high your calories are. So when you have higher calories, you have more energy, and therefore you could chase whatever number you want to get. Like just like powerlifters, that's why they're able to hit those numbers, because of the way they eat, and they're always in a high caloric surplus. Tip number 2 is programming. Now, once again, just because you want to hit a 315 bench does not mean you're a powerlifter. That means you just have a goal, just like me. I'm not a powerlifter. But I respect powerlifters because they don't go into the gym blindfolded. What I mean by blindfolded, they go into the gym with a mission. Like, okay, today I got to hit a 5x5, 10% of this, 45% of that, 75% of X, like they go with a mission. Therefore, if you're trying to hit a max bench press, or just, want to get that number, let's like, for instance, for me it was 315. Make sure you go there knowing what you're going to do. So what I did was, my chest day would be on Monday, just like everybody else's chest day. So Mondays, I would do 5x5s. So I'll get on the bench, warm up, 1 or 2 sets, and then I'd start off with a 5x5. And now, if the first set felt fairly light, I would exclude it. I'll start all over again, and let's say I'll start off with 255 and just keep going. And then most of the time, I'd work my way up to 275 for the last 2 sets. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is the type of exercises you do. You can't be doing the same exact exercises, the same rep schemes every single time and expect to hit a max. And if you do, that's kind of, surprising, but you have to think smart. So basically, when someone hits a bench press and tries to hit a max, they normally get stuck at the 90-degree angle. So what worked for me and what worked for many other people was to do floor presses with dumbbells or barbells. So with that being said, first off, I do maybe a regular set of bench, like 3x8, 3x12, some drops that's here and there. And then right away, I'll get on the floor and have someone pass me some heavy dumbbells. So when you're doing a floor press, you lock out right here, which basically you lock out around 90. That's where people get stuck at the most. So once you start getting the weight real high, and then you get control of the weight, and it's isolated, obviously, because you're doing dumbbells. Do that for a few weeks, and then jump back right on the bench, and you'll feel a big difference. Tip number 4, use your common sense and logic. If you want to hit a max, you really should not do it when you feel fatigued. The reason being is, if you want to increase your bench press, do your chest day after a leg day. Why is that? It doesn't make sense. Why chest day after a leg day? When you train a big muscle group in your body, for instance, your legs, the biggest muscle group, it releases testosterone everywhere to your body. So once you get on the bench press, you feel really strong because you did leg day the day before. Tip number 5 is to not give up. So for some people, they're gifted with something. Some people, it's for them to squat. For me, it's a bench press, but my squat kind of sucks. So just don't give up, no matter what. No matter how long it takes, don't give up, because I promise you, one day you'll get it, no matter what.